Yes, we are here. Mike Russell from Music Radio Creative, live from the gorgeous Isle of Wight. It's absolutely fantastic out there, and I'm in my little booth right now, ready to do a great tutorial. Hello on YouTube. I can see you on YouTube. I am streaming for the first time ever on Twitch, and I'm going to try and open up Twitch again. I don't know whether I'll risk it, so I can see the comments that are coming out on Twitch. If anybody is tuning in via that stream, as I say, it's the first time I have used Twitch, but I hear all the cool people are on Twitch right now, so I'm streaming over there right now too. I'm also about to go live on Periscope, and then I'm going to teach you from start to finish how I create my YouTube tutorials. So what I do to create YouTube tutorials, and we'll have a look into that. But first of all, let's see if I can get the chat without my feedback coming back. So yeah, I can see it's about to play my video. I don't want it to do that, but I do want Twitch to show me my chat. Okay, I just cannot figure out how to see the chat inside Twitch. It should be really easy to do, and I'm sure I could figure it out. But yeah, if the audio is sounding good, can you just write in the chat box right now, audio good, or yes, or give me a thumbs up. I'm looking at chat on Facebook, and I'm looking at chat on YouTube, and why not, let's just put this live on Periscope now as well, so that we can broadcast there. So just previewing the broadcast, there I am on my phone, and I'm just going to give it a title, How to Create YouTube Tutorials, and we'll go live. Let's do the thing where you can tweet it and send that out. Okay, that sounds good, and I'll do a little emoji as well. There we go. How does that look all right? That looks okay, doesn't it? How to create YouTube tutorials, go live. Okie dokie, for the first time in a while, I'm back on Periscope. It's good to be back on Periscope. I can see that that's now working. So I'm using Wirecast to do this. Let me just show you my control panel as I see it. So audio good, says Nicola. We've got Jeffrey, all good. Hello to Wim as well. So what I'm going to do in this tutorial is I'm essentially going to create, there's my Wirecast screen, and here I am. I'm going to create a tutorial for Adobe Audition, and I'm going to show you exactly how I would do that. So everything involved in creating an Adobe Audition tutorial, from me sort of prepping up to go. Oh, I can see, there we go. We've got NetDaddy Office on Periscope saying morning, so hello there. Nice to see you on Periscope. So like I say, live on Periscope, on Facebook Live, on YouTube, and also this is going out on Twitch. But I can't see the comments at the moment on Twitch. Do comment, because I'll read them all back after the live stream has ended. But at the moment, I just cannot figure out Twitch. It's my first time on Twitch, and I have no idea how it works. Right, so let's hop in and take a look at what I'm using to create these YouTube tutorials that I do on my channel at youtube.com/music Radio Creative. That's where you can go. Please hit that red subscribe button and be a subscriber, because I might have been quite quiet the first half of 2017, but the end part, the second half of 2017, I intend to be extremely active, not only on YouTube, although that's my main place that I'll be focusing on, but I'll be doing Facebook Lives, I'll be over on Twitch, if I can figure it out, on Periscope as well, and all over the place. So let's hop in now to my screen, and I can show you. This is Wirecast. So at the moment I've got set up, there's my webcam over here, and I've got my Sapphire audio interface, which plays all the audio without any feedback, thankfully. We had a few feedback problems, but now we're looking good. So Wirecast is my live streaming tool of choice. I'm only on Wirecast 6 at the moment. I'm wondering whether it's worth upgrading to 7. I hear it's pretty good, so I might consider doing that. Do say hello in the chat. Obviously, when I start recording this tutorial, I won't be mentioning the chat. I'll just be doing the tutorial, but that should just last a couple of minutes. Adobe Audition is loaded over here. It's ready to go, so I'm ready to create that tutorial. And my tutorial is going to be how to essentially mix voiceover with a music bed without ducking the bed. And I had that question asked today by Louis Riviera of Classic Rock 109. So Louis, if you're watching now live, I'm going to answer your question. It's also going to go out as a video on my YouTube channel. Now, in order to record on YouTube, I use a program called ScreenFlow, as I'm sure many others use ScreenFlow. Great bit of software from Telestream. In fact, I think it's the same company that create this piece of software called Wirecast. So I'll be using that to record my video. I'll do the tutorial, and then when I finish, I'll hop over to Premiere Pro, where I've got stuff like my intro, my animated intro, the lower third, and the outro, the 20-second outro I leave on YouTube, when you can do all those really cool bits like show the subscribe button and the extra videos that you want people to watch. So hopefully all working well. I can see, yeah, Facebook is definitely there and working. YouTube is streaming as well. And I am somehow live on Twitch and Periscope as well. So yeah, let's hop straight into this and get over to Adobe Audition, which is here. One little thing I'm going to do before I start recording this tutorial is I'm going to use a really cool bit of software that I like to use. It's called Bartender. Let's load it up. It's actually Bartender 2. And if I fire that up, you'll notice you see my bar up here. It had loads of icons. Now Bartender just basically tends to the bar and clears away all those icons, because I don't like busyness when I'm doing tutorials. So I kind of use Bartender. It's a great bit of software. I think it costs not much though, $20, $30, and it just like makes your screen super clean, so there are no distractions. So Adobe Audition here, I've got a piece of music. You can hear it. I did play it at the start of this tutorial. It's a bit of trance music. It's actually quite loud in my headphones. Hope it's not too loud for you. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to go into the multi-track to record this tutorial, and then I'm going to do this inside ScreenFlow. So let's get started. Let's make sure everything's working. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's recording on my microphone, which is actually stereo channel, even though it's a mono mic. It's on channel 3 and 4 of my Sapphire audio interface. I'm recording in 1080p on my webcam, and I'm also recording the iMac screen, which is one of those 5K screens, so I can actually do 4K video, which is really cool. Let me show you how I would do 4K video, even though I'm only recording the webcam in 1080p. If I hop over to Wirecast, what I'm going to do is put myself back on the screen just for a second to say hello, and then I'm going to show you what I'm doing with this. What I can do is double click on my webcam here and load up this screen that allows me to edit how my webcam looks. First of all, actually I'm not quite happy with the fact that I don't have very good lighting. So I'm going to use my home automation software, which is here. I love this. It's a bit of kit called Home Assistant, and it controls my whole house. It's brilliant. And if I click camera lights and then flip back to my camera, oh, you'll see I'm really blown out now. That looks absolutely awful, doesn't it? So like a ghost, really, aren't I? So what I'm going to have to do is actually go into my webcam settings. I've got a piece of software called Webcam Settings, and if I reload that, hopefully it should set me to look normal. Aha! I look kind of normal now, don't I? Kind of normal. So that's Webcam Settings, which is, you can actually see it if I go over to share my screen. If I pull it up now, here we go, there's all of my bits. That's Webcam Settings. It controls all of my webcams and just adds some nice presets to make it look good. So there we go. Right. Okay. I think we're looking good and we are ready to go. So let me show you the next thing I would do when I'm about to go and record a video for YouTube. First of all, make sure I'm looking good here. Make sure the iMac is ticked to record, the audio is ticked, the computer audio is also ticked. Now I'm going to double click on my webcam and I am going to do something called Chroma key. Okay, I'll show you how Chroma key works, but first of all, I need to actually draw my green screen across and close those curtains properly, otherwise it's not going to look very good. Okay, now we got the lighting is looking pretty super now. Let's drag this over. All right, we've got almost a green screen there. Get that across as far as possible. Actually, I've got some paper clips here that will allow me to get this. Ali, thanks for saying good job. Appreciate that. DS Bieber wants to know how to make a voice look great. I don't know how to make it look great. I do know how to make it sound great, though. So we can definitely do more on that. Danish is watching as well on YouTube. Danish from India. Hello to you. Right, let's get this clipped up so I get a full green screen behind me. Hello to you, by the way, if you're on Periscope. I can see there are some people watching live on Periscope. And hello if you're watching on Twitch as well, which is a new platform that I'm testing out. Right. Aha. Okay. Right, now we can play with some Chroma key. Ready for this? So in Wirecast, there is a little icon of a man here. And if I click it and tick Use Chroma key, oh, you see what it did there? That's looking cool, but we can tweak that a little bit better. First of all, I'm going to pick the color down here with the mouse. Whoa, that's weird. Oh, okay, that looks good. That looks better. Change the threshold. You see, changing the threshold will bring your background in and out like that, which is cool. I'm just going to do it just so this little bit down here completely disappears. Okay, that's just about gone. And you got clipping as well in the background. That looks good. And the white clip, so black clip and white clip, want to just make sure they're just about gone like that. Okay, now we're looking good. So what I'm going to do with my Chroma key now is I'm going to go back to the webcam there. So you can see me with a completely black background. That's really cool, isn't it? And then what I want to do is place my desktop view, which is this. I want to place that in this view underneath and then go back to my webcam. And hopefully, I might need to move that down, this up. Let's have a look. Or maybe swap this around. There is an art to it. Let's delete this and pop in the desktop shot there. Right. Now, aha, there we go. Fantastic. So now in the background, I have Adobe Audition, and over here I've got Wirecast. So you can see everything that I'm working with, but I'm far too big on the screen at the moment. So what I'm going to need to do now is just adjust my size. So I'm kind of down in the bottom bit. So, oh, look at that. I can drag myself around. How cool is that? And I think, whoa, I can make myself bigger and smaller. I can turn myself into tiny little person or really huge giant. Ugh. Right, okay. I'm doing that by holding down the Command key, or it would be a Control key on the PC, and then I'm using the mouse to go up and down to make myself the size I want to be. That's about right. And then just pull myself down here, and that should be good. Right, okay. Looking good. So let's make sure that that goes live by hitting the spacebar on it. You see how, oh, that's so nice. I just nicely shrink down to the bottom of the screen, the bottom right of the screen, which is lovely. So now I am about ready, about set to do this tutorial, which is fantastic. So pleased about that. Now, obviously, I'm doing that on Wirecast. Later on, I can also do the same technique inside ScreenFlow as well, and I'll show you exactly how that would work with Chroma key. Chroma key is one of the best things with your green screen in the background. You can just appear on top of something while you're doing a tutorial. Hi to John, by the way. Love the videos from Hobart, Tasmania. Good day to you, John. Always do a great job. Thank you for that. And yeah, keep the thumbs and the hearts coming in. That's really nice to see on Facebook. Got some comments going on the YouTube channel as well, also on Twitch and on Periscopes. Nice to see some hearts coming in on Periscope. So now you can see everything on my screen. You can see over there, that is ScreenFlow. See that? That's ScreenFlow right there. And I'm about to hit record on that. And when I do, I'm going to do my tutorial for Louis Riviera of Classic Rock 109. And I'm going to teach you how to essentially allow voiceover to cut over music without ducking the music bed. So I hope you're going to enjoy this tutorial. Won't be paying attention to the live chat while I do this. I'll just be showing you how I would record one of my YouTube tutorials. So first of all, hit the record button and we're good to go. So let's hit record and go into Adobe Audition. Hello, I'm Mike Russell from musicradiocreative.com, and this video is especially for Louis Riviera of Classic Rock 109, wants to know how to put a voiceover over a music bed without needing to duck the music bed. Well, just for you and anyone else watching, I've created this tutorial. This is fantastic. It's a piece of trance music. It's rather loud, so first of all, let's go into favorites and normalize it to make sure it's not clipping at all. And that looks okay. Let's play you a little sample of it so you can hear here. That's where the synth comes in and the beat drops in around here. A really loud beat. That's going to be hard to cut across. So I'm going to start a brand new file and I'm going to record a voiceover. Playing the best trance beats. And as you can see, nothing recorded. Got to always make sure you set up your audio channel mapping correctly. And I need Sapphire input 3, not 1, because that's my Heil microphone that I'm not using today. So we'll close that window and start a brand new file, like so, and record. Playing the best trance beats. This is Trance FM. Okay, so there's my voiceover, and it's going to be pretty difficult to cut that over the music. In fact, the music's going to completely drown it out. But let's go to the multi-track and create a new session called Music and Voice. There we go. Right, so if I drag my voiceover in here and play it back. Now, on my default template that I use, this is a template I use all the time, I have actually got some presets, quite a few presets on there. De-esser, scientific filter, dynamics processing, speech volume leveler, hard limiting, and parametric equalizer. That's a lot of presets, right? That's what I use on a regular basis. So I've switched them all off, and now you'll hear the raw voice. Playing the best trance beats. This is Trance FM. Okay, now I'm going to drag this trance bed into music, which again is a track with absolutely no effects in the effects rack, so I'm not doing any processing here. And you'll notice if I drag it over here, match it up with the beat, the first beat there of the trance song. If I play it at this current state, you just won't hear the voiceover at all. Playing the best, completely drowned out by the music. Now what I can do is I can drag the music down a little bit by about 6 dB. You might be able to hear the voice now. Playing the best trance, still completely drowned out by the music. So what I'm going to do now is first of all beef up the voiceover a little bit. If I play it, playing the best trance beat, you'll notice on the level there I'm peaking at about -10, and I think I could do a better job than that by adding in a bit of dynamics processing. So here's my dynamics processing preset. Playing the best trance beats. That brings it down to -14, so I'm kind of crushing the voice down a little bit. Then what I might want to do is use the speech volume leveler, and obviously I'm not going to show you these presets in detail. I'll go into detail on these if you'd like to know about it in a future video. Just leave me a comment to let me know, yes Mike, I'd like to know your speech volume leveler preset or your dynamics processing preset. I have changed them a little bit and refined them and moved them on since previous videos I've recorded in the previous years. So if you'd like to see new videos, do let me know. Playing the best trance beat. Now, as you can see, that speech volume leveler is fantastic. It's bringing it up to -4 dB for me now, which is looking brilliant. I might just do a bit of hard limiting. Playing the best trance beat. That's a very hard -6 dB right now. And as you can see, I ducked the music to -6 dB. Let's see how it's sounding now with just those presets. Playing the best trance. Already much easier to hear the voice over the music, but still, if I wanted it really to be heard, I would have to duck that music bed, and that's not what Louis asked in his question. He said, how can I get a voiceover to cut across a music bed without ducking the music bed? So I'm going to show you. First of all, I'm going to turn down the music bed by maybe another dB. Playing the best. And maybe another dB. Playing the best. Couple of dBs, actually. Playing the best. Right, you start to really hear the voice over the music bed, at least I hope you do. So now I am going to go in and just see what other effects I've got here. I've got a parametric equalizer here. We can have a look at this one if you like. It's got a bit of a low bass roll off and a bit of a high boost there. It might actually help my voice to sound better. So I'm going to add that in. Listen to the voice on solo. Playing the best trance beats. Now remember, we started off like this. Playing the best trance beats. And by adding in those 4 presets that I've designed, playing the best trance beats, you get an amazingly kind of crushed imaging voiceover, if you like, which I'm really enjoying. So now, the icing on the cake or the cherry on top. This is the bit that Lewis and I'm sure a lot of other viewers would really like to know. This is how you make a voiceover cut across a music bed without doing any ducking. And it's a fantastic thing that is so easy to do in the very latest edition of Adobe Audition CC, as this feature I'm about to show you was only just brought in I think the last update or two, 10.1, Adobe Audition 10.1. So unfortunately, if you're using previous Adobe Audition like CS6, CS 5.5, or even Adobe Audition CC 2015, you won't have access to this feature, but I absolutely love this feature. Let me show you how it works. First of all, I'm going to delete the pitch shifter from my voiceover track because I don't need a pitch shifter on my voice. And I'm going, even though it was disabled, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to use one of the lovely filter and EQs. And I think the best EQ for the job here, to answer your question, how to cut voice across music without ducking, is the FFT filter. Now, I'm going to bring this over here. This is my voiceover EQ. Playing. And let's solo my voice. Playing the best trance beats. So that's a fantastic feature in Adobe Audition CC, the very latest version. You get a lovely graphical equalizer of how your voice looks. Playing the best trance beats. So immediately I can see the most prominent frequencies in my voice. Let's do the same for the music bed now. Let's add in the FFT filter down here. And let's go to Filter and EQ, FFT filter. And again, I can monitor over here. This is going to be my music bed. So let's switch off this and solo the music track. Now, if you compare these side by side, music there, voice there, you'll see that the music is definitely competing a lot with the voice. So our aim by the end of this tutorial is to have taken out the frequencies from the music that compete with the voiceover, so that then the voice can cut across that music without any ducking. So you'll notice, first of all, 100 hertz is a very prominent frequency in my voiceover and in the music bed. Let's play more. Again, there's a lot of 300 to 400 there. Very bassy voice. So again, you'll see, yeah, there's interference there in 300 and 400. Around the 1K mark, yeah, there's more interference, and you can see 1K and also 2K to 4K has a bit of interference. So you want to do your analysis. Now, there is a way you can do this in previous versions of Adobe Audition. If you go into Window and you bring up the frequency analysis window, it's going to allow you to see the same kind of stuff, but just not as easy and intuitive as you can now with these real-time displays for all of the presets, like for compression and EQ. But let me show you how that works. But as you can see, it just doesn't look as good and as easy. I mean, you can you can pop the window out if you want and drop it somewhere, well, right in the center, and you can see all those squiggly EQs. But I just think the new way they've implemented it in the latest version of Adobe Audition CC just looks a whole ton better. So I'm actually going to get rid of frequency analysis, close that panel, go back into my music and voice, and now I'm going to do a bit of magic. So first of all, with the voice, let's solo that and play it back to you. As you can see, under 100 hertz, there's hardly anything there. There's just a bit of bass rumble, and ideally we don't really want to keep bass rumble in the voiceover because it's ridiculous. It's probably just you knocking your microphone or the computer humming or your fan going or your fridge. So I'm immediately going to, I'm not going to be so aggressive because, as you can see, a bit of 100 is where my voice is. So I'm going to go down to about 70 hertz and I'm going to kill all that. Let's just kill anything below 70 hertz. See whether it damages my voice. Let's listen. Playing the best trance beats. And then I'm just going to take that FFT filter off my voice so you can hear what it sounds like if the 70 hertz were there. Playing the best So as you can hear, really not much difference. I haven't done much damage, but I have reduced a lot of rumble. Now, 100 hertz is an offending frequency in the music. So over here, left-hand side, that's my music bed. I am going to paint in 2 little edit points there and a third one in the middle. And I'm literally, you see where that's going up here on the frequency display? I'm going to drag that down the same amount on the FFT filter. Let's see how that affects things already by bringing out around the 100 hertz frequency. In fact, it's around 150 hertz I'm reducing from the music bed. Playing the best trance beats. Now, I think you'll agree that already you're starting to hear a difference and you're starting to hear the voice cutting across. This is without any ducking on the music bed. This is just equalization reduction to make voice basically cut across like a razor on your music bed. So let's see, other offending frequencies I can scrub through. Beats. Okay, beats. Yeah, beats. So around 200 to 300 and 300 to 400, I've got more stuff going on with my voice. And again, you can see over here, left-hand panel, yeah, I've definitely got some spikes there. So I'm going to get rid of those spikes now on the music bed, those nasty spikes that are obliterating my voiceover. And I'm literally doing it in parallel here with the real-time frequency display. Brand new feature in the latest version of Audition, which I am just loving, by the way. Now, let's do that. Paint in another one here. Oh, it's quite hard to get a dot in there. Right, there we go. That's kind of over there a little bit. Let's move it over a bit. There we go. Get out all those annoying little frequencies. How do we sound now?
Playing the best trance beats. This is Trance FM.
How does that sound to your ear now? I think it sounds a whole lot better. Remember, this is how we started. Let's take the FFT filter off me and the FFT filter off the music, and we'll compare like for like. So this is without any filtering.
Playing the best trance beats.
And now let's add the filtering in. And listen.
Playing the best trance beats. This is Trance FM.
So as you can hear, I'm adding FFT filter and taking it off in real time there to show you a little bit of the difference. If I really want to go quite aggressive on this, what I might do is I might increase around the 1K to 3K just a little bit in my voiceover, maybe by 3 dB, and I might actually take this down. Now, audio pros are probably going to watch this video and they're going to say, yeah, Mike, you're saying you're not fading the music down or ducking the music, but you're ducking EQ, so it's kind of the same thing, isn't it? Well, in a way, yes, I'm ducking certain frequencies, so I am ducking certain bits out, but I think what Louis was getting at the start of this video is how can I do this without having to automatically duck up and down? And by ducking certain frequencies of EQ out, it means you slice across the music without having to worry about, going into the mixer panel and just moving that fader up and down. So let's have a listen. Now I've taken some mid-range out of the music bed and added it to my voice.
Playing the best trance beats. This is Trance FM.
And now I think you'll agree we have a good balance of voice and music. It's starting to sound really good. I could probably go on and speak now and create more voiceover, and I wouldn't have to worry about the music competing with my voice because I'm using FFT filter on the music, FFT filter on the voiceover. I'm reducing those annoying frequencies in the music. I'm increasing something that is complementary in my voice. I'm ducking off bass rumble. I can also take off anything up here in the treble if I wanted as well to get rid of any whiny noises in my voice. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, the last thing I should show you is, of course, I've got 4 other presets going on here as well. Parametric, EQ, hard limiter, speech volume leveler, dynamics processing. Don't want to go into that in this video, but if you'd like to see videos about those presets, how I set them up and how I get my voice nice and fat and big in 2017 and beyond, then do leave me a comment on this video and let me know you'd like to see the video. And let me know which one you'd like to see first so I can prioritize for you. But that is how you get voiceover to cut across music without ducking. Go and try it yourself and let me know how you get on. And we're done. Okay. So I'm back on the live stream now. Obviously, I was recording a video for YouTube. I'm just going to stop my recording now, and I can do that by hitting Command Shift and 2. That'll take me into ScreenFlow. There we go. There I am in ScreenFlow. I'm going to continue on the live stream for a bit more, and I'm going to pay attention now to your comments in the live stream because obviously I was showing you how I recorded a YouTube video, and in my YouTube videos I don't generally say, hey, we're live, and oh, hello to so-and-so. I kind of get straight into the detail of what needs to be done. So let's just have a look at some of the chat. We've got Jeffrey. Yes, would love to know more about the presets. I've used them ever since. Yes, of course, my presets that I created many years ago now, they are in circulation. But I'm going to definitely create some new presets because I have updated my workflow a lot since I first created those presets. So Jeffrey on Facebook Live, definitely more videos coming your way. We've got Damien who says, hi, Mike. Will you do some tutorial about mixing vocals in Logic Pro X in the future? Hey, it's funny you mentioned Logic Pro X. Yes, I've got into Logic Pro X. I am still Mr. Adobe Audition. I absolutely love Adobe Audition, and I will always use it for my editing and for radio imaging and stuff like that, cutting together podcast trailers and bits. There's just nothing better than Adobe Audition. Even creating your own podcast, Adobe Audition is the place. But Logic Pro X is very much for music production. And Damien, I'm sure you're aware of that. Some of the biggest music producers in the world, like Calvin Harris, use Logic Pro X or Logic Pro 10, whatever you prefer to call it. And yes, I do have a copy of Logic Pro 10, and I do enjoy using it, and I'd love to make some tutorials. If that's something you'd like to see, do let me know in the comments. Who else have we got here? We got Rob Charles, who says, Mike with a beard. Yeah, feels good. Like it. And Herbert, hello, loving the green screen tutorials. Thank you, Herbert. Yeah, I just set up a green screen behind me before we went live on YouTube and Facebook and Twitch and Periscope. So hello to you guys. Nicola wants to know how to activate and deactivate the effect at certain points of the track. That's a really good question. Hey, maybe I can hop into Audition and show you that now. Thanks, Miriam, for saying the dude is a bomb. And Danish is asking, where am I from? I'm from the Isle of Wight. I live on the Isle of Wight, which is in the UK. It's a little island about an hour on a ferry from Portsmouth or Southampton in the south of the UK. So yeah, if you wanted to switch an effect on or off, you'd probably have to go into this drop-down triangle over here. Hope you can see this, and show envelopes. So what did I have? I had the FFT filter, didn't I? So let's see. For instance, well, it'd be easy to show you on the voice process track where I have lots of different effects going on. So if I drop that down, now you'll see all my presets are appearing there. So say I wanted to switch the speech volume leveler off, I could actually do that by, there's leveling amount, compressor active, noise gate active, all of these different things, but target volume level. So I can change different elements of that effect by popping in an envelope down here. So let's go into speech volume leveler. Let's change the leveling amount. That gives me a new pop-up there. That is, if you hover over it, yep, leveling amount. And I can just drag that down like that.
Playing the best trance beats. This is Trance FM.
And that makes just a subtle change to the amount of leveling the speech leveler does. So I can kind of, reduce or increase the effect in real time by adding in envelopes. And it's a drop-down triangle here in the multi-track. So really hope that helps you, Nicola. Hello to LP Movies watching on YouTube Live right now. And we got Spike as well, who's on Facebook Live. I get so confused with all these different platforms. It says, great tutorial as ever. Thank you very much. So we're going to get back into how to create YouTube videos now. Back over to ScreenFlow. Here we are. And this is my tutorial. And I pretty much started straight away, didn't I? As you can see with my... what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to use Wirecast now just to drag myself over to the other side. Otherwise I might interfere. So I'm just going to do that and I'm going to go, whee! How's that? That's cool, isn't it? Megan says, I'd love to see some tutorials to create some great jingle sweepers and stingers. Megan, definitely something I can do. In fact, what I thought about doing is making this a kind of regular thing and streaming out on Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch and Periscope. I don't know if it's worth streaming on Periscope because I've only got 2 viewers on Periscope. So don't know if you can see that, but maybe it's not worth streaming on Periscope. And actually it was a lot of hassle to set up the Periscope stream, so that's something I might skip on if you guys are not watching on Periscope. If you feel otherwise and you are watching on Periscope, give me a heart or a comment to let me know. Twitch is something I'm definitely considering doing more of as well, but I'll do it all as a simulcast, so I'll be on Facebook, YouTube and Twitch at the same time. So yeah, definitely more of that. Megan reckons stick with YouTube. That is my main platform. So yeah, I'm going in with a YouTube focus. I will pay attention to the Facebook Live folks because I know Facebook is where everyone is. So I can see, lots of people are watching and commenting right now. So I definitely want to pay attention to Facebook Live as well. And Twitch will be a nice extra. I mean, if an audience starts to build over on Twitch, of course, I'll do more of that as well. Mixing mastering is a good one, says Danish. So we'll definitely look into that. Now, let's have a look at, first of all, my 1080p recording here with the webcam. And this is actually a 5K recording of Adobe Audition, which is fantastic. I'll reduce that down to 4K, though, because obviously I don't think... No, actually, I do think YouTube accepts up to 8K now. But generally, I tend to go with 4K because it gives a nice little 4K symbol next to your video. And it just cut above HD. So let's do some chroma key on my recording there from the webcam, which is a Logitech C920, by the way. And we'll go into video and we'll go to video filters down here, add in some chroma key. Boom. Hey, that's a pretty good job, actually. But what I could do is just hand select the color by clicking the color and I'm going to just click on here because I can see it's not quite done a good job, but now it's done a perfect job. Look at that. Absolutely brilliant chroma key there. Just drag myself into the bottom, and I think what I'll do is probably reduce the scale of this a little bit more. I don't know. Oh, I'm going out of context there. Let's undo that. I think you need to hold down Control, or is it Shift as you do that? Yeah, it's Control or Command on the Mac. And I'll probably end up going down to somewhere around, let's see. Actually, do you know what? I'm good with about, that looks good. That's too small, isn't it? But probably around 75% is going to be okay. Going to just update the chroma key because I can see there's a little color down there bleeding through. Right, that's looking perfect for my chroma key. Now I'm going to zoom in here on ScreenFlow, and thanks for staying with me, by the way. After I finish in ScreenFlow, I'm going to show you how I finally edit things in Premiere Pro. We might need to do a Q&A session, though, while I mix down the ScreenFlow, because it might take some time to do it. Let's see how long the video ended up being. Yeah, that was quite a long video. That was about 13 minutes, so that might take a while to mix down. So while I mix down, I might answer some of your questions. So if you want to start asking some questions now on Facebook Live or on YouTube, just post any questions you got for me. If you've got an Adobe Audition question, post it now, or start thinking about what you'd like to ask me. And then when I finish this process and start mixing down the video from ScreenFlow, I'll hop over into Adobe Audition and answer any questions you've got. So think of them now, post them now, and when I finish here in ScreenFlow, which won't take me very long, and I'm rendering the video, then I'll go ahead and answer your questions. So first of all, I zoom in. Now, for some reason, the audio sometimes is out of sync on my webcam, so I'm just going to have a listen. Hello, I'm Mike Russell from musicradiocreative.com, and yeah, it's a little bit out of sync. So what I'm going to do is detach the audio. This is what I usually do. It's usually out of sync by about 0.1 milliseconds. If I drag that over now. Hello, I'm Mike Russell from musicradiocreative.com, and this video. So that's much better. And then what I'll do is I'll just trim this in. And usually I leave about a millisecond of buffer before the video kicks in, but I don't usually mess about. I usually get straight into the content rather than, faffing with fade-ins and, all the rest of it. So let's just move that to the start and play now from the start and see if I'm happy with this start. Hello, I'm Mike Russell from musicradiocreative.com, and this video is especially for Louis Riviera of Classic Rock 109, wants to know how to put a voiceover over a music bed without needing to duck the music bed. Well, just for you and anyone else watching, I've created this tutorial. This is fantastic. Right, so I need a break point here to put in my intro. Well, just for you, and it's probably going to be around there, but I can do that later on in Premiere Pro. So let's get through. First of all, I want to check. Sometimes the audio I make actually records on my audio interface twice. So you can change your audio. And the best thing about ScreenFlow is it actually records all the channels from your audio interface. So if I actually hop in here and look at my audio and go to the audio mix, you'll see if I select just one track, hang on, I've selected multiple tracks, so let's just select my audio track, and you will see that, I've got loopback coming in there. So if I take that away, it's going to take all of the computer feedback there. What I like to run here on my audio from ScreenFlow that has recorded from my microphone is a great smooth volume levels on my voiceover. And this does a little bit of extra compression, and it saves the worry of having to do it in post-processing because it does a really good job, ScreenFlow, of just fattening up your voice. Have a listen now. Hello, I'm Mike Russell from Music Radio Creative, and coming in with the music so you can hear here. Okay, that's all sounding really good. I think that audio from the computer is clipping a bit, so I might just turn it down slightly. Let's go down by 14% there and see if we're still clipping. It's still clipping a little bit. So I'm going to reduce it further because I don't want to deafen people who watch my videos. Let's go down to 80%. See how that looks. See how we are looking at 80%. Yeah, 80%. I think I will live with that. So we'll go to the end here and how you get on. Okay, so that's the end of my video there. So again, you know how you get on. There we go. Cheesy smile at the end, and I'm just going to hit the Control K button there. No, sorry, the T button there makes an edit. T button in ScreenFlow makes a slice, and that is my video, which is a rather long one for me. It's 13 minutes and 9 seconds. And I'm going to zoom out now, and I've got everything I need there. That's my full tutorial. So now I can go into File and Export, and then I will go to, now everything's set up for me here because I have a preset I created called YouTube 2160p, which is 4K. It scales the video by 75% because, as I mentioned, I'm recording my screen in 5K. It's an iMac 5K that I'm recording from. So that's all fine. If I go into customize it, I mean, you can see here it's H.264, it's 40,000 kilobits a second, AAC audio, and I go at 320 kilobits per second. I do AAC. I don't think you can do MP3 in ScreenFlow anyway, but AAC seems to be the way the web is going at the moment. MP3 recently, I think they dropped their patent or their licensing, so something's up with MP3 at the moment, but people are still going to use it, aren't they? So now we've got this here ready to go. I'm going to call this Voice over Music No Ducking. And save that into my downloads folder. I always save into downloads when I'm working. I could save into the cloud, but I don't like kind of uploading and downloading. I mean, I've got a 20 megabits per second upload speed here, but I don't want to needlessly upload. And if I save onto the desktop, Apple have this lovely iCloud sync now, and then I end up syncing gigabytes of data into Apple's cloud, which can get very expensive. So let's export now, and it'll come up on my screen how long it's going to take to export from ScreenFlow. And I do a finesse. I know this adds to my workflow. I know I could just like mix down there and say, boom, done. Let's upload to YouTube. But I actually do take things over into Premiere Pro just to add the final gloss and the final touch. And I just like Premiere Pro's presets and everything to give it a great look. Now I can see here that it's going to take 59 minutes to render that video, which is an awfully long time. I thought I could do a quick Q&A session while this renders down, but an hour. It's probably taking an hour because I'm also live streaming at the same time, which is probably not a good idea to be rendering video while I'm live streaming to 4 different platforms. So what I'll probably do at this point is I will take a break, but if you have got questions, you know how to get in touch. Obviously the Facebook page, facebook.com/musicradiocreative, youtube.com/musicradiocreative, and also the new one, please follow me and look for more videos on Twitch TV. That's twitch.tv/musicradiocreative. And I'll see you over there. I'm going to be doing a live stream, by the way, on Friday on all of those platforms, creating some free podcast trailers, as Apple have announced this is a new feature coming out in iOS 11. I'm very excited about it in the podcast app. But for now, I will wave goodbye and I will shut down the stream on Wirecast, and I will see you next time for another exciting stream on audio production.